Good morning, folks. This is your African diaspora teacher coming back after a long absence. Today, there's a news making around that Ghana has become the next nation to join the Francophone fraternity. And this news to me, reporting it or making a commentary about it has nothing to do with Ghana, but has more to do with France. It has more to do with France, and this is how I look at it. You know, I knew long time, somewhere around 2004, when one foreign minister, or 2005, one foreign minister in the government of the time, took Ghana to join the Francophone fraternity. But nobody make a fuss about it. The opposition party at the time, I'm not going to be mentioning name of party name and things like that. That's not what I'm here for. So I'm going to say the opposition of the time, and you can go and make your own research and find out which party was in power during 2005, and then and who is the foreign minister at the time, and you could draw your own conclusion. So I'm not here to make it's not about party or anybody, but it's more about France. So we should come and listen to this commentary and my point of view as a Ghanaian and as an African. Don't come here on any party platform, because I'm not into. Don't limit me to some myopic situation like that. Where we are in Africa, we've grown more than a party. We have grown more than a tribe. So if you are boiled down into, pigeonholed into tribe, religion, and party, you are a dinosaur. Okay? The suffering of the African, the mistreated of the disrespect of the African in international field, it's not something that we have to play with. The unemployment of the African youth, the economic that has been deliberately been sabotaged, is far greater than somebody coming here and say he's a party member, a tribe, or belongs to the Jehovah's Witness or the Catholic Church. So go and figure out who was the the foreign minister and which party I'm talking about. So the opposition at the time did not make a fuss about Ghana being taken to apply for Francophonie, or Ghana being taken through the back door into Francophonie. It wasn't passed through Parliament. It wasn't discussed through civil societies. It hasn't been passed through the Ghanaian society to see whether Ghanaians are ready to be part of anything like that. But we were taken through the back door into Francophonie. Then fast forward 2017, the French people said it came into the news again that Ghana will be France or French will be introduced into our curriculum and into the Ghanaian society. And at the same time, a vice president also made a news about Arabic will also be part of our curriculum and our everyday language. So two languages which has nothing to do with the Ghanaian culture to begin with has been introduced. And funds came from certain areas into the Makarati, whatever they call those Quranic classes. And the one that make a headline is that France has given the government of the day $2 million. A small amount of money for pilot programs and books, and $2 million. It's like a spit in our face by a so-called superpower. That's France for you. And that money belongs to Francophone nations. That money is like a money coming from Togo to be given to us, because that's how France rule. France is nobody, no nation, if it's not stealing from our people. According to Dr. Arikana, and Kemi Sabah, who has been on the CFA demonstration about how the CFA has been printed in France, and our brothers' money from the Francophone has been 80% have been lodged in a central bank of France in Paris, and then be given back to as a loan to our brothers in Togo, Senegal, Equatorial Guinea, and other places if they want some. Or Guinea and other places if they want some, and Guinea-Bissau if they want some. With interest. Okay, so the $2 million given to Ghana for pilot project and books and to train teachers was no money, but we all know now where that money came from. Belonged to us to begin with. France have, the image of France is now in the gutters. It's now in the gutters that 6 months ago, or maybe 4 months ago, 6 months ago, when France is calling for a Franco-African summit of the youth. President Macron was there trying to sell the image of France to Francophone youth. And he's been, met with a lot of rejection and a lot of hostility from the youth. These are youth. Calling on him to, take the stranglehold of Francophone Africans. To make his case, he mentioned a Ghanaian president who is in love of Francophone. And I was like, you are trying to sell your country to your Francophone people that you've been enslaving for 60 years, and the best thing you could do is, cite a Ghanaian president who is in love, not a Burkinabe, not a Malian president, not a Togolese president, not Paul Biya, no D'Souza of the Congo Brazza, not any of these dinosaurs, but you are calling a country that speaks English, a president from a country that speaks English, to bolster your image before your own people? Okay, as if that is not enough. Rwanda, 27 years ago, pulled out from Francophone in a documentary called French is Dead. Look it up. French is Dead in Rwanda. Just type into YouTube and you see. In that interview, in that documentary, a Rwandese businessman make a point that if you are Francophone, or if France is in fact ruling you, or if you are a Francophone colony, something they call business you will not know, because France is not into any serious business. It won't teach you how to be a serious nation business-wise, because he's, according to this man in the interview, look it up, folks, French people are lazy. French people are lazy, according to this man, and they don't know nothing about business. And it's true. Here in America, you can't find French car. In 1995, the last Peugeot was sold over, was sent back to France. They couldn't sell Peugeot in America. So 1995, Peugeot and anything that is French, automotive, has ended. Peugeot ended its dealership in America when Hyundai is almost 5 years into America. And Hyundai is still doing better, despite its little challenges here and there. France could not sell Peugeot in America. So if you can't sell anything in America, the biggest market, who are you? Peugeot is just, raging its muscles in Africa. Peugeot is just making its impact in only in African countries. Cannot sell, don't have a good business, don't have a good technology to sell Peugeot in America. Okay, that is France for you. When you come to any capital in Africa where they sell French stuff, Societe Generale stores, everything that you're going to see in those stores are from China. Honda, everything that you're going to see in terms of machinery. TVs, North Korea, South Korea. Okay. So French people don't have anything to boast of in terms of technology. Nothing. So what is it that Ghana gonna gain from being a Francophone country, Ghanaians, Africans, when Mali is running away from Francophone? Guinea probably is running away from, Burkina Faso is probably running away from Francophone. Senegalese demonstrated against French companies in Dakar. So back to Rwanda. When the Rwandese give the middle finger to France, took away their, kick away the language and adopted their own language, and seriously look into how to internally make their own business, create their own business the Rwandese way. Within 25 years, Rwanda has emerged as the best place to make business. Within 24 hours, you can register a business, and the rest is history when it comes to Rwanda. Okay, because they do away with the French language, the French culture of siesta. Go to any French country and between 12 midday and 2 o'clock, everybody is sleeping. They call it siesta. Banks close and the bank managers have a bed in their offices sleeping. Any business, serious business, any place you go between 12 and 2, whether it's a motor vehicle department, everybody is sleeping. The only Africans who are not sleeping are our mothers in the market, because that is the African culture of trading. They're serious. But any other business that has anything to do with France, colonial legacy, everybody is sleeping. That's 2 hours of sleeping when you have to be really busy. The busiest time of any business culture. The busiest hour of any business, serious business culture, 12 and 2 o'clock. In Francophone nations, they call it siesta, and everybody's sleeping. Okay, because the French adopted that siesta in Africa because they were not there to do a business. They were there to steal. So when you steal so much, you can afford to go and sleep. You can afford to go sleep when you're stealing so much. You can afford. But when they left a colony behind in the name of independence, they tell them you can also go and sleep. And they adopted it, sleeping. So nothing goes on in Burkina Faso. Nothing goes on in Mali. Until recently, for the first year in Mali, the cotton is all over the news. Cotton production has shot up, to a degree where they never saw before. The highest harvest, the biggest harvest of cotton has been recorded in Mali. Not under, in the absence of anything France in Mali. But we are not here for Mali. We're here for Ghana joining a lazy club. Ghana is joining a lazy club. But what made Ghana get fascinated to France? When you go to Cote d'Ivoire, the French own everything, including government institution, business, infrastructures belonging to or being housed in with government institutions. Buildings that housing government institution all belonged to France or France businesses. According to Africa, the documentary Africa, 3 Heritage by Ali Amazuri. Okay. Ali Amazuri's documentary, in that documentary, show us that everything that, even the state house in Abidjan and the Houphouët-Boigny belong to French entities. Okay, so if the people in Ghana think France is doing miracles or Cote d'Ivoire is doing miracles in Cote d'Ivoire, and that's the reason why we have to, partner with them, it's a damn lie. All the cocoa farms, major cocoa farms in Cote d'Ivoire belong to French entities. Okay, government institutes renting their buildings or their offices from French businessmen. Is that what Ghana want to go through? Okay, because already they say the finance minister has a building that he's renting to or about to rent to VRA, which is already housed in a government SNIT building, which belongs to the government. But now, is that going to be the new trend of businessmen building houses, office building, and renting back to a Bank of Ghana, the foreign ministry, local government ministry? Is that what we are learning from Cote d'Ivoire? Is that what the French are occupying half of our ports? Okay, is that what make attractive to us? Is that what France has been doing in Cote d'Ivoire? Is that what it is that has been attracting to Ghanaians? Is that a road we want to go? If we are really serious, they say this thing announced by the new directives announced by foreign ministry head, Aite Bochu or whatever her name is. If that is the main reason that is going to boost the trade, look at it this way: Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana share a language called Akan language. Togo and Ghana share a language called the Ewe language. The northern part of Ghana and Burkina share a language called Dangbani or Dangbon or Dagbon. Or I don't know if it's whatever it is, there's a language commonality between Burkina Faso and northern part of Ghana. When you look at the people who make businesses that they're talking about to boost the businesses, it's not some mega business companies. It's the people along the border. Okay, and to some extent, people from Accra and Kumasi that are the people who go to Lomé to conduct businesses. Why can't we encourage Ewe, Akan, and Dagboni, so that alone will be the language for cross-border trading? The French don't come and trade between Ghana and Togo. The Germans don't come and trade between Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana. And the Swiss don't come and trade between Burkina Faso and Ghana. It's Ghanaians. So why we need to be pushed to speak Arabic and French to boost our trade? Why do we have to do that? Why do we have to do that? the trade between these three nations and the fourth one, the sea, and Ghana, has nothing to do with a foreign language. The people on the coastal don't even need the Fantis, the Gans, and the Evers on the coastal, and the Nzima on the coastal don't need no language to go to sea. And our people who are already going to what they call a Kwansu people don't need any French. Those who have been going to a Kwansu for a long time between Togo and Ghana by now picked a few Ever. And those who have been doing that between Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana will pick some local language. If it's Akan, so be it. If it's a Baole or whatever they call it, so be it. Why can't we influence that? Encourage that. But you know one thing that I love about my Ghanaian people? Ghana phone tick brofo. Ghana be osumo brofo. Wanyo yue brofo, which is good. Yefugba miesio. Yes, Yefugbo. It's about 7% of Ghanaians who can really speak English. 93% of the whole Ghanaian can speak English, let alone that we're going to be speaking French. So, Mr. Macaroni, your French won't go anywhere in Ghana. We've been with the British, so-called British, England for I don't know how many years. I don't care. But we don't speak English very well. Brofu ye mo nu le jogba. Ye fugba miesio. Sa brofu kasanu yenti. Most of our people can speak English. Anya yue. Wanyo yue brofu onye yue brofu. Ye fugba miesio. English gba miesio. Yesio. The English language, yentiminka. Yentiminka. Our tongues is so heavy around English, which is a good thing, because it's forcing us to speak local language by force. If it's not Gan, if it's Akan. So Akan is doing very well. Tree is doing very well. But we have to improve it so that those who cannot speak the Tree can also be good in their own languages. We can do this and use it as a medium of learning, as the former education minister has been propagating. We can never be anything if we don't learn biology in our languages, because already we know few things, like the heart, the kidney, the intestine. We know all those names in our local languages as children. You know what is a heart, a G. A clan. We know about what is the name of the bile. So every child is already picked up those things from just killing a fowl at the age of 3. So when they learn biology in their languages, they could name, when you say name 3 major organs in a living thing, they'll be able to mention it. Already, Jigbody is already come on with a heart. Names like that. So these are languages they already speak. So their biology will be stronger if they write the biology test in their language and teach it in their languages. Oh, you don't believe that internal organs can be named in local languages? I ask you all the time, say, how are we going to call computer if we start learning our languages? Because you are dumb. The mouse about a computer is a mouse. Kwakwe julo. What is hard about that? Calling that thing kwakwe, the white man call it mouse. Don't you have a name for mouse in your language? What is so hard about that? You see, this is how dumb we are. If we take the local language into our curriculum, how are we going to name mass?
How are we going to call water? How are we going to call oxygen? How are we going to call gold?
These are the arguments people who say they went to school are making. On Ghana Web.
How are we going to call space? How are we going to call spaceship? We can't name a spaceship.
Make one for it. Just as they make one for Nu. Achi. And so, our people make name for that. Just to you make a sound to identify something and press it on the people. So when you become educated in that environment, when they say Nu, you know what is Nu. And so, Achi. When you go to Russia, the Russians don't call water as water in their languages. They have a word that they identify with, that if they say it, everybody know that is what liquid is that you can drink. Is that hard to name something? Make a name for something? Don't you have a on and off a disruption of electricity in Ghana? Don't we know the doomsaw? Now that it's probably made it into a dictionary somewhere. Because we are that